Baby. Alright. Fuck. It's right. Right here.
Okay, I have a question. You guys do know that every time you pop out of the meeting, that it makes a noise, and I know that somebody's left, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty noticeable.
Can you guys hear it too?
Of course.
I don't know. I'm always the host. I've
What?
never been on the other side of not being a host, so I don't
The
like.
fuck
I've never
just fucking happened?
No, we hear it because whenever someone here leaves, we always hear the big bing from your speakers.
And then you also hear the doorbell that sounds like somebody's just arrived every time I let somebody in.
Yep.
Okay.
Big boys, bitch.
Yes, Dylan, we are. Yes, we hear everything.
Down. Why did that? Why did that nigga? Right here, right here. Green that. Green dot. Mr. Gordon Floki, you can hear me. I know you can. It's you. It's you. Guard his ass. Haha. Shit boxes.
So guys, it's not as hard as you're making it. You're supposed to put a word into, so go and look up birth rate.
How?
And from birth rate, then look at the
How did I
definition
fucking
and see
miss
if
that
there's
shit?
one that applies, and then write in birth rate. Once you've used the word once, it's done. You're not going to use it again. Except for one of them.
Dumb. What?
I think that's why he said, never mind, my bad. I will give you guys big hints.
Screen, you wanna go
is not
right
on the is not in the actual definition, so you may want to.
Alright, go past the 73. I'm not gonna.
Your own definition. We will be talking about all
You
of
fucking
these
reindeer looking ass bitch. Fuck.
No, Ethan, it's not. But some people may know this stuff depending on what their grade 7 and 8 teacher did in terms of social studies. And some people haven't had geography in a really long time. It depends. Yeah. And some people, this is stuff that they know, and other people don't.
I'm getting screened by my own teammates.
It's really fun to teach because depending
You guys are so
on
ass.
what you guys have had.
Like, look, he's gonna pass me right now.
Some teachers teach it and some teachers don't. And so we end up with a mishmash of where you guys are when you come in grade 9, and I'm like, don't know.
They won.
I've got to thing.
They won.
So for some people it's review, and some people it's brand new.
Look at you still passing to him right here, man.
Well, I gotta say, you're doing a good job being a geography teacher. Don't you?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, all my art teachers are just lulling me to sleep. But you actually managed to entertain me in the way
What?
of geography.
Thank you.
I give you 2 thumbs up.
Thanks. You guys missed the entertainment this morning. I played around with my kids with virtual backgrounds. I'll do it with you guys tomorrow when we have more time. But I made myself have blue lips and blue eyebrows. Really interesting. Why would you want this feature to be permanent? But one of the things is like, leave this on for all future meetings, and it's checked permanently. And I was not permanently, but it's checked on from the start with. And I was like, why would you leave this on? I was like, oh my god, could you imagine you forgot to change that and you had like, no, because then any future meetings, like if I had parent teacher interviews or something, it would be staff meetings. Yeah, like, so not good. I was dying this morning though. I put myself in outer space. I put myself in some ground. What's important, Ethan? No. No, absolutely no way. Because I know better, I know what it is, and I'm not opening it. Nobody else opened it either.
Yeah, when I put it in, I said the name of the thing.
Yeah, I already pressed it.
I totally saw it because I got one. So
Oh, you're done, Sharon, and like your computer's just gonna explode.
Joke on them. I actually like that song.
I do too, but yeah.
Come my God, take a moment of my love. Come my God,
Alright guys, I'm gonna
come my God.
give you 5 more minutes. I just have to go. I'm gonna step out for a minute. I'm gonna mute you all.
And I dropped top, she dropped it.
I will be back in.
Fuck. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Green out! Look, if you're not gonna pass to me, green it. got my gloves. Get the king of the out of here. Okay, give me the kisses, pull up, pull up, pull up, Oh, he got the black. Uh, uh, uh. Ooh! Good.
Hello. Who clicked the link? Who someone? Shut up, just you. Oh my. That doesn't work. The quality is too bad. I hate you.
Because I needed some fun.
Alright, I'm leaving the meeting. Well, looks like we got Red Bull. What a day.
I just said leaving.
nothing.
I can't play it any louder. That's as loud as my iPhone goes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Does your last and you decided you'd had enough. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Yeah, rickrolled by your teacher. Alright, let's get back to work. Yeah, just don't even come back with video. Just audio. I know it wasn't done, but we've got a lot to do. Okay. No, you don't need to submit for the. We're going to take it up. So, for A, the study of human population changes is what? No, it's demography. Demography is the correct answer.
That's number one.
Yes, that's for A. Demography is the study of human population changes. What is B? Yes, birth rate. For some reason, Abby felt the need to tell me 6 times. So then, that makes C what? The death rate, yes. All right. D, what do you get when you take birth rate minus death rate? You get the natural increase rate. Not a rat? All right. E, when a person
Hey, I just want my brace. I just want my brace.
Immigrant, okay? And a person who moves away from a country, stop. We don't need 500. An immigrant. The way you can remember this, guys, so immigrant is somebody who comes in, they both start with I. And an emigrant is somebody who's exiting the country. So they both start with E. So emigrant's an exit, immigrant is in. Okay? The number of people who arrive in a country per 1,000 people is the immigration rate. So then that makes the number of people who leave a country the emigration rate. Yeah. Okay? What do you get when you take the immigration rate minus the emigration rate? You get the net migration rate. So that was I. J. Things that make people want to leave their country. Push factors. So things like war, famines, okay? Those are all push factors. Civil unrest, a government that you don't trust. Those are things that make people want to leave a country. Lack of education, lack of housing, lack of proper sanitation. So then, what are things that draw people to a new country? Pull factors, yeah. So things like stable government, no war, a good education system, lots of available housing, high quality of standard of living, all health care, all of that stuff that pulls people to a country. Okay? H was emigration rate. Don't listen to Abby, he's wrong. Okay? And the last one, L, population growth rate equals what? Yes, T-Rack is right. The natural increase rate plus the net migration rate.
Ass cheeks.
Okay? And we will talk about doubling time. Eventually, we're not going to do it today, we will get through tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we are going to go through. So I have two PowerPoint presentations today, but we're only going to get through one. What was L again? Is that L, Dylan? Or I? L was natural increase rate and net migration rate. And Shiva, I was That's migration rate. So there's two PowerPoint presentations I'm going to show you guys over today and tomorrow. Okay, the first one is a very basic PowerPoint presentation talking about the introduction and basics to like demographics. And then the big one we're going to look at tomorrow has like breaks down how you find all of these numbers. So how you find birth rate of a country, how you find the death rate of a country, the immigration rate, the emigration rate, what that gives you in terms of finding like natural increase, the net migration rate, and then how you find the overall population growth, because there's multiple steps that you have to do. And then we're going to do an activity tomorrow after we've looked at all of math, and it's not hard math, but it's a lot of numbers that we're going to look at tomorrow. Today is just a basic introduction. Okay, so I am going to give me a second. We're going to look at demographic events. Okay, it's basic math, Abby. It's like it's addition, division, multiplication, some subtraction. I'm really hoping that this is, oh, no, wrong one. Wrong one. Hold on. You guys get to see my drive. Alright. Yeah. It is basic, but for right now, this is what we're going to look at. Okay. So, we get events in Canada's population history. So this is, we're going to look at some of the events that have shaped Canada's population. Okay? It will be Sheba. After I do the presentation, I want you guys to watch and listen, because there's going to be stuff that I talk about that's not on the slides. And then you guys are going to get a worksheet that you have to just put in some basic information that's all available. Okay, so Canada, 1600 to 1850. Okay, basic. This is when the Europeans come over and they start settling in Canada. When they come over, they bring over diseases that the Indigenous people don't have natural immunization against. So things like smallpox and influenza. The Indigenous people in Canada had never been exposed to these diseases before, and so they had no natural immunity to it. I watched a video last night, and it was talking about how there's two ways that you can end a pandemic. One is the medical ending, and one is the social ending. And they were talking about smallpox is one of the things. And one of the things that they talked about is smallpox is the only disease that we've actually ever fully eradicated. So the last person to have smallpox was in 1977. He did not die from smallpox.
No!
He actually ended up dying, I think, 20 years later or something from malaria. But he was the last known case of smallpox in 1977. They had managed to, by that point, to find a cure. I'm ignoring you guys if you can't tell on your chat because it's silly.
There's also polio in the 60s.
Sorry, what, Ramin?
There's also polio in the 60s.
Yes, but that's not, they weren't counting it as the same as like an infectious disease.
What about the bubonic plague?
They have not eradicated the plague.
Wait, what?
The plague still exists. They have not created, they have not eradicated the plague from the planet. There are still animals that carry the plague.
This is not the year.
What can it infect us?
Yeah.
It can still infect us?
Yeah, if we come in contact with the animals that have it.
I'm never leaving my house again.
What about Spanish flu?
Right, so it's a strand of flu. They have not eradicated the flu. The only thing that we've done is we have created, we've built up immunities to it. We've created vaccines for it, but we have not created a vaccine that totally eradicates the flu from ever happening again. There are various different strands of the flu. Yeah, so when they get smallpox, no longer exists. Like it just, they've completely killed it. There is no way we're gonna get smallpox ever again. So, but in the indigenous population, because there was no natural immunity and they didn't have actually any like buildup, I've heard for COVID they're using the cousin of the tobacco plant protein to make a vaccine. Jason, I have no idea, and Abby, time travel is not a possibility, so we're not even going to. But so when smallpox hit, when smallpox actually hit the indigenous communities, some communities, 90 to 95% of their entire population was wiped out by smallpox, depending on the community. And some, like, so we're talking like entire tribes, entire clans, entire groups. They would wipe when it hit so badly that it wiped out almost the entire population. Okay, so 1600 to 1850s. So that plays a big role in Canada's population because we see, out of the size of the population, we see a massive death rate, right? In terms of size. Now remember, not a huge, we also don't know specifically how many people they didn't clear them all out, Dylan. They didn't, but 90 to 95% of some tribes, not 90 to 95% of everybody, but some indigenous, like some communities just didn't fare as well as others. Think about now when they talk about COVID in Toronto. Some communities in Toronto are doing worse than others. Same thing would have been like, there would have been some communities of indigenous people that there was more contact and they just didn't survive as well. Yes, it's a magnified picture of smallpox safe.
Hey, yeah, I'm a side nigga. If a nigga says something here with a hollow.
I have no idea. I have to look that up. Okay. So in 1867, we have Confederation, okay? Canada officially becomes a country. Up until then, like, it was not, like, a recognized country. We had, the Europeans now have deemed that it's a country, okay? There is no direct impact on births or deaths at that point, but better record keeping starts. Because we're now actually officially, yes, a British colony, okay? But we're recognized as a country. We're not just, we're a colony, but we're actually a country of our own, okay? We still are under British rule, but we are a country, okay? We start keeping records of everybody who's born and everybody who dies. So when you're born, we're issued, yes, Sharon, we still, we're not a British colony anymore, but we still have ties to Britain. That's why the Queen is on our money. Okay. Yeah, so here we're still have ties to Britain. The Governor General, political. It's all political, yeah. Okay, so coming back to better record keeping. When you guys are born, anybody who's born, you get a birth certificate. That birth certificate, have I seen the tally? Oh. Birth certificates. When you're born, you get issued a birth certificate by the government. Your parents actually have to apply for it, okay? The hospital records your birth, and then your parents actually have to apply to the government to get an actual, like, birth certificate for you. you need to have a birth certificate to get any other further documentation. Why do you need a birth certificate, Dylan?
Someone guarding.
Or why do you... Oh, because it's the government. They don't just give things, like, you have to actually provide documentation from the hospital. There's, like, paperwork. And then that, because that birth certificate is your first piece of official government-issued identification. Yeah, okay? So, yeah, it's basically validation that you're alive, which then leads me into, so then you lead this nice life where you have your birth certificate, and then you get a social insurance number, and then you get like your driver's license and your health card and all of that kind of stuff. And then at the end of your life, when you die, you get issued a death certificate. And the death certificate, yes, Jordan, we would like you to stay alive. We all would like you to stay alive. Dylan, what do you mean? Do they hate to get certificates? Oh, yes, they do too. They get them too. They get birth and death certificates as well. Because they need them. They also get, they need it for proof of, people die when they get killed. That's very true. It's a statement of the obvious. Okay, or T-Rex. Natural causes, yeah. So when you die, there's a death certificate issued for you. And that is basically to prove that you are dead. You need your people who are dealing with your estate. So after you die, all of the legal stuff that comes after you've died need a copy of your death certificate so that they can say, yes, this person has officially deceased. Okay?
If you lose your birth certificate, are you really alive?
You are really alive. It's just a pain in the butt because you got to get a new one issued, and getting one of those issued is like a lot of documents. Who keeps what safe? Your death certificate or your birth certificate? Your death certificate usually is kept by the people who are the executors of your will.
Well, what if they also die?
By that point, they've like probably dealt with everything. Like when my dad passed away, my sister and I were the executors of his will. We got issued 20 copies of his death certificate. Like I had 20 copies because every time I went somewhere that I needed to get access, like, because Dylan, everybody wants a copy. When I went to the bank to close his bank account, I had to bring a copy of the will and his death certificate, and I had to say, here, I have to bring a driver's license or ID from me saying I am who I say I am. Here's the will that says I'm allowed to take over his stuff, and here's the death certificate that says he's actually dead. So everywhere we went, like any bank account that I needed to close, anything I needed to deal with, like life insurance, any of that, they needed copies of the death certificate. What if someone steals your death certificate or your birth certificate? They can't do anything without it, without the rest of it, like without a copy of the will. They have to also have my ID, like it says I'm the executor, like in the will, says that I'm the executor, and therefore you have to have my ID, you have to have a copy of the will, you have to have a copy of the death certificate. There's a lot of stuff. And no, Dylan, you don't just copy it from a printer. It's a very specific piece of paper that is like embossed and has like, yeah, it's a bunch of really like, it's a small piece of paper. It's only, about this big. But it's a legal document, right? So you have to keep those, and there's a lot, like literally whenever I went anywhere, I went with like a little like envelope, like a big envelope full of paperwork. Yeah, it's all important stuff. Okay, so 1967, when we become a country, we start keeping way better records of who lives here, who's born here, who dies here, all of that kind of stuff. All right, 1860s, we start seeing, okay, there's scientific discoveries, okay? This is when we start seeing the emerging, like, stuff that's going to lay the groundwork for what's going on right now in terms of us understanding diseases, specifically like COVID and cancers and all of that kind of stuff, right? So they have the discovery of germ therapy.
Like germ therapy?
Yeah. So, sorry, germ theory. Germ theory, okay? So they started getting a better understanding of preventing diseases. And because they were starting to understand how to prevent disease, you started seeing a decrease in the death rates. So this is when the 1860s is when we start seeing people starting to live through diseases prior to that. Okay? I'm going to come to the jars in a second. And because of that, they start living longer, and you don't have as many people dying. So previously, like, people would die from, like, the flu a lot. Now, because we understand germ theory, okay, in the 1860s, that depends, Dylan. It does balance out our population, but it's not necessarily good in all countries, because you don't want to, you want to keep a balance, but sometimes if the death rate is too high and you don't have enough births to compensate for that, right, you don't get that balance and you end up with a population, and we're going to talk about some of those causes and stuff, right? Yeah, you can have a population boom. People might leave, yeah, there's lots of things, but we're talking like the 1860s. It's not like a lot of people were, and we're going to go and look at this in the other slide in more detail, but we're not going to, like, you don't have much travel. Like the 1860s, you usually, where you were born, you lived your entire life, and you died there. Yeah, it's not really like, we don't have a lot of like major travel and major like movement going on in the 1860s. We will talk about China's one-child policy in more detail tomorrow as well, because we'll talk about what that was, and I know we talked about what it was, but we'll talk more about like what happened when they went from the previous policy down to one child and what it actually did for the population. Okay, but I want to go back. So the jars, you guys were asking what was in the jars, okay? We had advances in preserving food. So you've got to remember, 1800s, even the early 1900s, okay? No fridges. Okay? Yes, it's preserved garlic. Yep. Okay, preserved garlic, I think beans, some beans, a whole bunch of different types of beans. Huh? I don't even know what some of those fruits. Some look like apples. Probably peppers.
It's a banana.
It's a banana.
No, there's actually a banana.
Oh.
Wait, where? Where is it?
I think
Up
it's
the
a
top?
Yeah, up the top, the long things.
Or bananas. Oh. Wait, I was going to say corn.
Wait, which one's the banana?
It's a corn. It's corn. The
There's
top.
a lot of shaped things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
4, 5,
but like,
6.
what about the one in the bottom? That's like red, it looks like a snake.
Looks like it's red and white stripes.
Yeah, it looks like a snake.
Blood.
Maybe it is a snake. I have no idea, guys. It's like a stock photo on preserving.
I think maybe they're beetroots or something.
No, that's not what beetroots look like.
Radishes?
No, radishes don't look like that either.
Really?
Okay, so, guys, you gotta remember there are no fridges. Okay?
What about about drying?
fridges, freezers, that doesn't exist yet.
What about drying?
Okay?
Well, how are they?
Yes, so whoever said you can dry like meat, they would make like jerky and that kind of stuff, yes. Okay? How long do you preserve it for? Dylan, that stuff can last like a long time, but usually what would happen is you would preserve food at the end of the growing season. So like usually in the fall, when everything's been harvested, you'd then preserve it so you could eat it over the winter. And then you'd start again in the spring. You'd plant and you'd have this. So then you eat fresh fruits and vegetables during the summer. And then when it started getting cool again, is you'd start preserving again for the winter, and so that you had fruits and vegetables over the winter. So what happens is this actually improves people's diets because it allows them to eat fruits and vegetables that they couldn't access before during the winter months. Okay. And then, yeah, so like my family, when we were growing up, my grandparents pickled a lot of stuff. So in the fall, we always made pickled cauliflower, which is my favorite. Sounds so weird, but it's so good. It's like eating pickles. And then they would do beans and all of that kind of stuff. And then they'd also make, now you gotta remember I grew up with fridges and refrigerators and stuff, so they would make stuff like cabbage rolls in the fall when all the cabbages were coming in from the field, and they'd make a ton of it, and they'd store it in the freezer over the winter, and we'd eat all of it like all winter long. But my grandparents did a lot of pickling when I was little, like so pickled everything. But like there's things that we didn't eat, or like as a kid I didn't eat. So yes, if we don't get through this, you're gonna have homework.
Is that just water? For water?
No, it's not just water. So usually when you did pickling, it's a combination of vinegar, water, salt. You can put spices into it, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's preserved. All right.
Believe
so,
me, hey.
1914 to 1918, you have World War I. Okay? Many Canadian men went to war in Europe.
I like the
60,000.
sequel better.
What?
I like the sequel better.
The sequel, yeah. 60,000 Canadians were killed. So we see an increase in Canada's death rate. Even though they weren't in Canada when they died, they are Canadian citizens. They died fighting a war, so we see an increase in the death rate. And because the men were away for 4 years, sometimes longer by the time they got home, okay, you have less births. So we have
what about the people that survived? Wouldn't birth rates exponentially, increase once
when they come back?
Yeah, because,
yes. So when they come back, and it's not as, so we're going to talk about that when we, get to World War II, because World War I, they came back and there was a small increase, okay? But you also have, right after the war, you have the Spanish flu epidemic. So war ends, and then you get the Spanish flu. 30 million people worldwide died from the Spanish flu.
Excuse me.
What does this sound familiar?
Yeah. 30 million people would be the equivalent of wiping out everybody in Canada.
Yay.
How big's our population again?
Sorry, what?
How big's our total population again?
Canada, we're about 35 million.
A small fraction of us live.
Yeah, 5 million. What's the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic? This would have been, yeah, you're now asking, hold on.
Come on.
Think they added the pan as in panic?
No, hold on.
An epidemic would be epic.
Yeah, an epidemic is literally, it's a disease that affects a large number of people, within a community, population, or region. Okay, it wasn't worldwide. A pandemic is an epidemic that spreads over multiple countries or continents. No, COVID is worldwide. It's a pandemic. Because it's an epidemic that spreads over multiple continents. Yeah. So, you have the Spanish flu, 50,000 more Canadians die, okay, and our death rate sees another temporary rise. But this is also what is going to come out of so after the Spanish flu, the medical system gets improved because they learn a lot of lessons about disease.
Wait, so since this was an epidemic, right?
Yeah.
So it only stayed within one country or continent?
No, it was in a lot of countries, but it didn't spread, like it wasn't everywhere.
Okay. So let's say we didn't have the technological advances.
Slippery. Please, excuse me.
So like planes, that stuff didn't exist. COVID would have been like very small, right?
It could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they say like that we should, as a society, everybody, as a worldwide global society, we need to be prepared that this is not the last pandemic we will see.
Slippery.
It will be the last one I see in my lifetime. It definitely won't be the last one you guys see in your lifetime. With the ability to travel further and to travel faster now, stuff is going to continue to spread.
Well, that's not very cash money.
We just need to learn lessons from how we are dealing with this. Well, and if people aren't listening, yeah. But I mean, there's also mixed messages about what, like, some of it is a little bit ridiculous. Like, nobody knows what is going on. They're like, so just stay home. What I'm doing, other than I have to go to the dentist today. I'm very not excited to go to the dentist tonight. But my dentist has been fantastic, and everything is like, you can walk into a room that's like plasticed off, everything is like, it's a little bit nuts, but it's great. Yes, I know, Pradeep. You guys can wait 5 more minutes. Alright, medical system improved because of the lessons learned about disease. 1920s, we get the discovery of penicillin, okay? So, antibiotic use finally comes around and we get a lot of fatal conditions become curable, okay? This has a reduced death rate and increases our life expectancy by creating a number of new antibiotics, because penicillin is the base for a ton of antibiotics, and from there they stem out and they get like tons and tons more. Okay? Unfortunately, then we get the Great Depression. So 1929 to 1939, you have a global economic crash. It's global. Okay? You get very
alcohol was outlawed.
In some places, yes. Very high unemployment, extreme poverty. So people decide to delay marriage and delay having children because they don't have any money to do either of them. So we see a reduced birth rate. So remember you guys said, well, wouldn't there have been like after the war, like wouldn't there have been like a baby boom, like when people have had lots of, except that you have the Spanish flu in 1918, and then that lasts a couple of years, like just started dealing with that, people recovering. And then you have like the 1920s are a pretty good like decade, and then this happens. So
yeah, it was very depressing back then.
It was very depressing.
A big sad.
Okay, but so we see a reduced birth rate. Yep, and then you get World War II. But war is good in terms of an economy. So
I'm telling everyone that you said war is good.
That's fine. I will fight you on it, but that's
Also,
fine. War is good.
Economic miracles.
Yeah, war is good because it actually creates jobs. War is war good for the people who are involved in it, and is war good for an actual country? No. War is terrible. Okay? Economically, right after the Great Depression, World War II created so many jobs for us, right? Because all of a sudden you have all these men going overseas to fight, and now the women start going into the workforce, okay? And they're building munitions, so they're building all the stuff that needs to be, all the trucks, all the arms gear, like all the guns, all the weapons, all of that stuff has to be built by somebody, okay? But because families are now separated, you have another low birth rate, okay? Men are away, women are working, nobody's having babies.
Yeah, we did this in family studies. They saved the bones and stuff, and they used it for like days, like ammunition or like guns and stuff.
Yeah, they did some weird, cool stuff. Like, yeah. Yeah, Jason, they took like the bones, like everything they could that they couldn't use, like in cooking and stuff. They would actually take and use, grind up. They would like save the fat from everything. Yeah, they would save the fat from
Fat can
everything.
turn into oil.
Yeah, they would save all the fat and they would use it for oil, and like women were really, really resourceful in saving stuff for food. Not human oil, like when you're making bacon. Human oil sounds disgusting.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, no.
1945, you get to 1960, this is the baby boom era, okay?
Boomers.
Yeah. So, families are reunited after the war, and everybody wants to have babies, okay? So, you've got to remember, anybody who's put off having babies because of the Great Depression, then the war, they're like, they're going to have their babies, they want to have families, okay?
But why? Kids are annoying to take care of.
Well, but that was what
To be honest,
did.
I'd rather get drafted.
Well, okay, so, you guys were all once a kid, I was once a kid, right? But you see a massive an increase in the birth rate for the next 15 years. Between 1945 and 1960, there is a huge spike in births, okay? From the 1960s to the 1980s, you have the women's liberation movement. So this is when women have now had their kids after the war. They've had their kids, and they were like, well, I want equal pay, I want higher education, I want a job, okay? And you
Shut
start
your bitch ass
seeing
up.
women are saying, I want to,
Shut your bitch ass up!
so I'm going to wait on
Mommy control it, dumbass.
I'm going to wait on having kids. So we start seeing,
Shut up,
and they start
dumb.
having children later in life,
Dumb.
and they start having fewer children. They're not having 4, 5, 6,
Oh, Misha,
7
classmates do
children.
her work.
Well, but I went to school with a girl whose mom was one of 21 children.
Wait, what?
21. She had 20, my friend had 20 aunts and uncles.
God bless that woman.
Alright.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Like, there was multiple births in there, like there was a couple sets of twins, I think there was a set of triplets.
I
Okay?
mean, after the first 5, you get used to it, right?
No. No.
What?
Okay? So women started having less children, and they start having them later in life, and the birth rate declines. Okay? 1969, you see the legalization of birth control. This then helps with women are now allowed to legally take birth control, which can prevent or delay pregnancy. Okay? We once again see the birth rate decline.
No,
In
policy is
2020
easy.
What?
Never mind.
Thank you, Ramin. Okay, so in 2025, the youngest baby boomers, so the ones that were born in 1960, are going to turn 65. The baby boomers have already started aging. 65 is the retirement state. Those are the youngest of the baby boomers. The ones who were born when the baby boom, like who were born in 1946, okay, are turning 74? No. 80. How old are they turning? If they were born in 1946, do your math.
Wait, what does the 2025 mean? Is that like supposed to be
The year in 2025. So in 5 years' time,
Say 81.
Wait, so
They're
we're
gonna
predicting
be-
the future now?
yes, you have to look at this is what it does. So we have to look at this is what demographics do. So yeah, so if you were born in 1946, you're turning 80. You're going to turn 80, 81, right? You're going to turn 80 in 2025. The youngest baby boomers are you're turning 79. Turn 65 in the year 2025. It's only 5 years away. It's not that far. You guys will be first year university or college or workplace, wherever you choose to go. You'll have hopefully just graduated high school. And these people, which there is a huge number of them, will all be eligible for retirement. They won't be dead, Abby. Okay?
Well,
So,
life expectancy is.
yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think the life expectancy is for somebody in Canada?
No, but how about
I'm
somebody?
gonna say like in the 70s, probably.
Nope.
80s, maybe.
Average, I think it's higher than that.
5 years old.
9?
Yeah, that's about accurate.
No, the average life expectancy in Canada is just shy of 82 years.
That was close.
81.95.
But that's an average. It's a
That's the
statistical
average life expectancy, yes.
I know, but it's a statistical average, which in most cases wouldn't be really true, right?
Well, they look at everybody, they look at the entire population, and they take all the people who have died, and they say there's the average life expectancy.
But that's fine. We'll see in 5 years.
Yeah. I would be okay, like, right, that's an average, right? But the thing is, it is going to be the largest generation, like, we are going to have so many people retire in 5 years. And the thing is, we're going to have a huge percentage of our population is going to be elderly. We're going to see a death rate increase, and we need to deal with those people are going to need assistance. So there are things that come with being older, okay? So we will look at the healthcare system. So if you look at the comment, it talks about like the healthcare system. We need to have the healthcare system in place to support an aging population, which we will talk about in the next few days, okay? It's not a hypothetical guess. They take the number of people that have died in Canada in a year and they do the average and they say this is the life expectancy for this year, the average life expectancy. So they take the average of the number of people who've died and their age and they say the majority of people live to be 82. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, your homework for tonight, I'm going to put this PowerPoint up with a note. The note is literally the 11 topics that I talked about. So looking at the development confederation, looking at the development of World War I, World War II. You just need to, in the third column, put what happened with the life expectancy. So not life expectancy, but just put an up arrow and say birth rate increased, or a down arrow, birth rate decreased, or there was no change. It's super easy. And I know Faith, that I'm running behind schedule, okay? That is what you guys are going to do. The instructions are there for what you need to do, okay? It is going to go up right now into the Google Classroom, okay? That is your homework. It should take you, it really won't take very long. It's 10 or 15 minutes at most, okay? I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a nice evening.
Bye, Miss G.
Goodbye. Yeah.
It's been 10k. Should I? I don't think so. You are my baby. My boo. Dripping, yeah. Oh, it's ankle break here. Oh, yeah. You are my baby. When we were younger. Where am I? Ooh. My boo boo, yes I'm a dripping, yes I'm a dripping, yeah. We were younger, you were my boo boo, yes I'm a dripping, yes I'm a dripping, yeah. Goodbye, goodbye, cherry star, nobody would have been a best shot, whatever, whatever, whatever. Clip, clip. You, baby. They charge that fast, right? Real. You were my baby. But I wanna be but a younger, yours mine. High fashion. Dude, it was one and I was broke now. Oh, dude, chip, chip. fog is on the G. I drive it to the road, but do something. If I can get it, you can get it. Hey. But tell you, look at this one. But tell you born to each voice. But this look at this 9. Look at this 9. I put a lot up like a peaceful 9. What's your overall?
Oh shit. Whoa, what the fuck is your bar? Good, hop off, don't come back on. Doesn't let you hop off.
That thing got a whole fucking fan in the background.
Oh no. Fuck. Oh my, I thought we were switching. And don't jump, kiddo. Damn. Nigga, stop reaching. Right here. Oh my god. Right here.
It's on me, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. Oh my god, I'm open. I'm open. And he's gonna green it. Fuck, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Get on my baby, my baby.
God. Didn't even mean to shoot that. Fuck. Right here. Why are you shooting that? Oh. Fam, stop jumping. Just put your hands up. Oh yeah. Right here. And you shot. And you shot. Why did you shoot? Right here, right here. No. Right back. No, don't. Dash it. Oh my. Oh yeah. Fuck. Green that. Fam, someone cut, man. Fuck, that was nice.
Gotta hit that.
Of course I got forced out of fucking bounds. Switch, like, if I'm guarding your guys, switch, man.
I'm broke this game. That's
Right here. Oh yeah.
and they hitting everything. Big game.
Fuck, that's green.
Who's that? Who's that?
pissing me off. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you need. Okay, cut. Green it. Fuck, don't take it too, man. Alright, hookers. Right back. Right here. Right here. Peace, man. Let's go.
Wow, good game, dude.
It's easy, man.
I got hit from the times, man. That's on me.
I catch a grenade for you. Here.
Men and women who have stood up and spoken up. The kind of OG I think about is Clay Thomas. I first heard Clay when I was a kid. 3 times I watched him win the NBA three-point contest on TV. When I was 2, it was only natural to admire a guy who could hit just about anywhere on the floor. But the truth was, I didn't even know about all the other things that was great at making
Tossed it in the trash.
Girl right there, she shook her baby in his hand, and then handed her his baby, and
Cause I want you to know no time is I'll catch a grenade for you. Yeah, I'm gonna play for you, yeah.
Guess which one's yours and you will
Holy
get it.
shit!
I teleported here. Guess which one's yours and you will get it. Guess which. Guess which.
Let me see. I'm husband.
Actually, for real.
You took my AirPods out.
For real, wallah. Guess which one did you get it?
I want this one.
This one's yours.
I mean, I want this one.
This one's yours.
Can I have this one? No, I want that one, please.
This is a fair.
No, that has sexier ones.
Sometimes I go.
Oh, look how sexy that is. Give me this one. Nobody know I'll get your grenade for you.
catch up tonight. We up.
serious. What? They're all serious in that show. Like she said, like some funny parts, she didn't know what. Like what? It's more than a pound, Mark. Because the one's more than a pound. That shit, the one. What? You're so dumb. What did you say about this dog? Fuck off. عندي محمد طفي الفون طفي الفيلم محمد طفي الفيلم حسين نايم لو قاعد ميت رواد حسين نايم لو قاعد ها؟
I catch a good name for you. Yeah, I'll put in my hand. Where is my fool? What is this? Some people. That was sick.
Dude, where did you cop that shirt? See you next time.
Oh yeah. Oh, fuck. Ham's camera angle's so ass. A flower, hey. Sweet and sour. Oh my! Slippery. Oh, excuse me, excuse me. No, slippery. Excuse me. Hold on, keep processing easy. He gets it all in. No way, man! Steve's just trusting me. I guess he does. See, that's why I don't fucking do with him. But you're crib every time I miss you. It's tremendous. He did that, disrespect. Oh my! Come on. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Bring your mother so with your mother, bitch.
You got fucking traded.
So with your mother, bitch. 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 So with your mother, bitch.
Fucking depressed.
Yo, boys, James Harden was just traded to the fucking Brooklyn Nets. I'm happy, so I'm gonna do a little bit of some plays. Wallah, I'm never doing this to you again. Nice pass. Oh my! Ah! Fuck! Oh. So bad at passing, man. Don't recall she fouled on me.
Get out!
And I got to turn over. It's enough. Oh shit, yo, fam, get up, get up! Nice. Ooh. Just take a break, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit off too.